Early morning wake-ups, late nights going to bed, treating scrapes at the playground, helping with their homework, shopping for back-to-school clothes, taking them to their appointments, cheering them on in their sporting events, and loving them like they are their own. A house parent's job is never done. And with that, they help raise a house full of 10 kiddos, ranging in ages from 5 to 18. We are so grateful to those that God has called to this mission and would like you to hear from them.
Knowing that you don't have to have all the answers all the time would have been helpful, because it is something that you don't get in a couple weeks, a couple years. It takes a little while, and you're always growing.
I wish I would have known how, and it's not in a bad way, time consuming it can be, because you're taking care of upwards of 10 children at a time who each need their individual attention from you. And you're going into it thinking it's going to be an easy job, and it's not, because you want to provide the needs that the children require from you.
I think that when we first came, it was, we were parenting our own children, and that was, something that we felt like we had a, pretty good handle on. When we were thinking about coming, that was one of the things that kind of brought us, is that we're parenting our own children. We're just going to have a few more to do that with. But parenting these children is just a lot different than our own, because they have a lot of trauma in their lives. We have relationships with our children already, and they know that we love them because we give them consistent care, and the relationship is already built. But when we come in here, these kids with their backgrounds and their trauma, and then not having the relationship, you really have to come in and tread lightly and have a lot more patience and gentleness and love and understanding to build that relationship before you can kind of do parenting and discipline and things like that, which we can do, but we have to build a relationship first, so that they know that we love them and we are doing these things because we love them. Because if you just go in first with the other, it's not effective at all.
When it's time for a child to reunite, it's bittersweet. You're excited for the child to go back home, but you get super attached to these children. So letting them go and know that they're going to be okay, I think that's harder.
I think another big challenge is they're not your kids. It's not your program. It is a team approach, and there's many people, different people on the team, and it makes it really hard if you're jealous of other people coming in. It makes it really hard if you think or you have a better idea, but it is a program, and adhering to that program is key.
Yeah. For me, it's hard knowing right away what a child may need if they're acting out and don't know how to tell you why they're acting out. It's not a blanket problem with each child. Each child is individual, and what they need from you is different than what another kid may need from you. And so trying to figure out what particular reason this child is behaving this way is difficult without any background information, and unfortunately we may not get that with a lot of kids. And so it's a learning experience trying to get to know that kid, and as you're getting to know them, you start learning a lot more about them. But it's harder in the beginning, trying to figure out what does this child need from me right now and why they're behaving the way they are. But as you do get closer to them, it's easier for you to manage that.
You can spend a lot of time with the kids here and getting to know the kids, but ultimately you begin to wonder, the kids' relationship with their own parents. The kids miss their own parents. They want to be with their families and stuff, and you're trying to work to get them back to their families. And it can be difficult at times. And yes, we wipe noses and we read stories at night, but it's not the same as if their own mom or their own dad was doing it for them. And so that's kind of a challenge that you don't necessarily overcome, because you're not going to overcome that. I'm not their parents and stuff, but you try to just be an advocate and just love them as much as possible and try to soothe them and make them as comfortable until it's time for them to go home.
Houseparent.
The most challenging thing about being a house parent is trying to help kids through processes that I didn't create.
You notice there's a lot of real needy kids. Some kids are standoffish. To navigate through that and how to best reach each child, I think, is challenging without offending them, I think, or getting them upset or neglecting them or not pushing their buttons. That kind of just kind of come alongside them and just see what they're all about first.
I love helping young men become men. I love showing them that they are capable of being loved and help them see that they can be the kind of dads that they wanted to have in their lives.
Or doing life with kids, I think, grows you as a person. I mean, instead of the kid, I know the kids get some out of it, maybe they don't, but I think as a parent, you learn about life a whole lot more and how God loves them and how He changing their lives and changing our lives. And I think it's really, it's an eye-opener for the good, I think.
And I probably can speak for him too, is I enjoy the children. We get to meet so many different personalities, and I just love getting the many hugs that I get a day from the child. Like, some kids is like Groundhog Day when they see you. All, even if it's just 10 minutes later, they're yelling out your name, coming in for that hug. And that's really the best part of my day.
Just watching, being involved in their lives and seeing them learn something new. And we took the home trip to San Francisco this year and seeing kids see the ocean for the first time. And watching them learn something that they didn't know before and getting that, having them obtain a skill that they can use.
I guess with me, it's instant gratification. You get rewarded instantly because the impact that you have on the kids, you see it right away. The smiles, the hugs, it comes instantly. It's something that's not going to come the next day or next week. You take care of them, you answer their questions, you help them out. You're going to see the positive change in them right away. And so that's a really good feeling. I like it. I like it a lot.
Yeah, and I think those moments when they're your quiet moments with a child and you get to hear their stories or just hear who they are and the thank yous you get sometimes from them or their smile sometimes, that's all you need to keep you going through the rest of the day, because sometimes they haven't been able to smile. I love doing birthdays for them. That's a big thing I really love. Asking them what they want, and sometimes they haven't ever got to pick what they want.
I think the most amazing thing is when you see a child just come in, and especially certain ones, you can just almost see the pain in their eyes, and they just start doing life and build that relationship and that connection. And when they can just be free to be a child here, that they don't have any more concerns about when they were with their family. A lot of times they just have so many worries and concerns and hurts, and when they come and then they're here for a while, and all of a sudden we just see this light in their eyes that comes out again, because they're just able to be a child and know that they're safe and they're loved, and that they can be themselves. And the whole spiritual aspect of loving them with Jesus's love and grace. We've learned that even more, I think, just being here. Just the love and grace that God has for us, and that how we need to extend that, to these kids. That speaks to a child, I think, more than anything else.
If God has put it on your heart to be a house parent, this is a phenomenal place to be. If it's something that you want to be able to tell people that you're doing and be excited about that, and that's kind of the reason you're doing it, your best bet is to go overseas and go volunteer somewhere for a couple of weeks and get that gratitude feeling. Here you're working with American kids and you're living in their home, and they're going to take it out on you, they're going to love on you, they're going to go through the ringer with you, and it has to be something that you are 100% ready to do.
House parenting can be one of the most fulfilling and challenging experiences of your life. If this is something that you and your spouse are interested in, please reach out to us at sunshineacres.org or give us a call at 480-832-2540.